Genoa City is once again on the edge of chaos, and today's shocking developments may change everything for several familiar faces. Secrets are unraveling, alliances are shifting, and one explosive confrontation has everyone asking the same question: who will survive the fallout? The drama begins aboard Kane Ashby's train, where emotions are running high after a series of dangerous misunderstandings. Lily Winters arrives carrying a small peace offering, fresh cookies. But this isn't just a sweet gesture. It's Lily's way of acknowledging that Kane stepped up in a major way by agreeing to become Malcolm Winters' bone marrow donor. For a moment, there is calm between them. Lily admits she may have overreacted when she learned Kane planned to travel to New York for the procedure. At the time, fear clouded her judgment. But now, with a clearer mind, she realizes her anger came from worry, not logic. Kane listens carefully and accepts her apology, but there's still tension beneath the surface. Because while health concerns may be improving, another crisis is growing fast. Kane reveals that he was fully prepared to hand Newman Enterprises back over to Victor Newman. He wanted to end the corporate battle and move on. But according to Kane, everything changed when Phyllis Summers interfered and sent the entire deal crashing down. That revelation hits hard. Elsewhere, Lily is no longer interested in waiting for justice to play out quietly. She storms into Phyllis's office with one goal: deliver a warning Phyllis will never forget. The air instantly turns cold as Lily stares Phyllis down and demands that she tell the district attorney the truth: Kane was not behind the Newman takeover. If Phyllis tries to drag Kane into her legal mess, Lily promises there will be consequences. Phyllis, never one to back down, keeps her cool. She insists the evidence against her was fabricated. She claims she's being framed and refuses to show fear. Then she asks Lily one dangerous question: what exactly are you going to do if I don't? That's when everything changes. Lily steps closer and lowers her voice, making the moment even more intense. She says if Phyllis refuses to do the right thing, she will personally tear apart everything Phyllis has built. Then Lily brings up a name from the past that sends chills through the room. Her mother, Drusilla Winters. Lily warns that she is ready to channel every ounce of hatred Drusilla once had for Phyllis. She makes it clear, if pushed, she can become Phyllis's worst nightmare. Even Phyllis seems momentarily caught off guard. Still, Phyllis quickly regains her confidence and pretends she isn't worried. But Lily can see right through the act. Before leaving, Lily delivers one final message: you do not want me as your enemy. And just like that, the battle lines are officially drawn. Meanwhile, another complicated story is unfolding at Crimson Lights. Billy Abbott runs into Patty Williams, and the tension between them is immediate. Billy bluntly tells Patty she should leave town if she wants to avoid more embarrassment and heartbreak. But Patty has no intention of disappearing. Instead, she announces that she still believes she can prove she has changed. She's convinced Jack Abbott will eventually see the new version of her, and maybe others in town will too. Billy doesn't buy it. He warns Patty that chasing old dreams could lead to disaster, but Patty only smiles in that unpredictable way she's known for. That smile says everything. Patty may look calm, but trouble often follows wherever she goes. At Society, another emotional conversation is taking place. Diane Jenkins Abbott compliments Sally Spectra's engagement ring and speaks warmly about the baby on the way. For a moment, the two women connect over their complicated histories and hopes for better futures. But the conversation soon shifts to Diane's painful separation from Jack. Sally gently suggests that maybe the current mess has stirred up Diane's old feelings of not being worthy of happiness. Diane doesn't love hearing it, but deep down, the comment lands harder than she wants to admit. As Diane struggles with heartbreak, Billy soon arrives with disturbing news. He tells Sally and Diane about his unsettling run-in with Patty. Sally immediately worries Patty could be dangerous, and Billy agrees without hesitation. Then he turns to Diane and asks a pointed question: is she really going to let Patty win? Those words strike a nerve. Because Diane knows if she doesn't fight for Jack soon, she may lose him forever. And speaking of Jack, he's spending time at the Genoa City Athletic Club feeling defeated and alone. That's when Nikki Newman arrives. She sits beside Jack, offering comfort as he vents about the collapse of his marriage. Jack confesses he's beginning to think Diane may never want to see him again. Nikki reassures him and reminds him that some relationships survive worse storms than this. But then a tender moment changes everything. Jack reaches across the table and gently touches Nikki's hand. At that exact second, Diane walks in. She freezes. Her expression says it all. What she just witnessed may destroy any chance of reconciliation. And if that wasn't enough. Across town, Patty Williams is about to meet a mysterious man who could bring even more danger to Genoa City. A man named Matt Clark. And what happens next, no one will see coming. Genoa City never stays peaceful for long, and just when everyone thought the day's chaos had reached its limit, a new twist emerged that could send shockwaves through the entire city. At Crimson Lights, the atmosphere feels normal on the surface. Coffee is pouring, quiet conversations fill the room, and regular customers go about their day. But underneath that calm setting, fate is about to bring together two of the most unpredictable people in town. Patty Williams sits alone, appearing relaxed. But anyone who knows Patty understands one thing: when she looks calm, it often means her mind is working the hardest. Then the door opens. A stranger walks in. Tall, cautious, and visibly uncertain, the man scans the room as if searching for answers he cannot find. His name is Matt Clark, though even he doesn't seem fully certain of who that person really is anymore. Patty notices him immediately. There is something unusual about the way he carries himself. He looks like a man haunted by missing pieces of his own life. Confused, restless, and desperate for clarity. Matt approaches carefully, eventually starting a conversation with Patty. He asks her a simple but loaded question. Does the name Matt Clark mean anything to you? Patty pauses, studies him, and then smirks. She jokes that Matt Clark sounds like the name of some all-American high school king, the kind of guy who always wins. Then she introduces herself with a playful confidence only Patty can deliver. Matt responds by saying Patty Williams sounds like a homecoming queen. For a brief moment, the exchange almost feels charming. Patty narrows her eyes and asks if this is some kind of cheap pickup line. But Matt quickly reveals the truth. He explains that he was in some kind of accident. Since then, his memory has been shattered. He can't remember who he was before waking up in a Las Vegas diner. He doesn't know who to trust, what he did, or why people in Genoa City seem to believe he has caused serious damage. The room suddenly feels heavier. Matt admits he found a keycard for the Genoa City Athletic Club in his pocket. That clue is what brought him back to town. He hoped returning here would help him piece together his past. Instead, he has found suspicion, fear, and whispers. Patty listens carefully, and there is a strange spark in her eyes. Because Patty understands damaged people. She understands confusion. And more importantly, she understands opportunity. Matt continues, saying he can tell people believe he has done terrible things. Yet without his memories, he cannot defend himself or even know if the accusations are true. Imagine waking up one day and discovering your past may be darker than you ever imagined. That is the nightmare Matt is living. Patty leans in slightly. Rather than judge him, she seems fascinated. She tells Matt that sometimes the people society fears the most are simply misunderstood. She says names, rumors, and labels can become prisons. Matt looks surprised that someone is speaking to him with compassion. But viewers know Patty's kindness is rarely simple. There is always another layer. Then Patty delivers a sentence that could change everything. Maybe we can help each other. Those words may sound harmless. They are not. Because if Patty decides to align herself with Matt Clark, the consequences could be explosive. Patty has a long history in Genoa City. She knows secrets, grudges, family rivalries, and hidden weaknesses. She knows exactly where emotional pressure points exist. Matt, on the other hand, may possess knowledge he doesn't even realize yet. If his memory returns piece by piece, he could become either a valuable ally or a dangerous weapon. And Patty knows it. Meanwhile, elsewhere in town, the ripple effects of other confrontations are still growing. Diane Jenkins Abbott cannot shake what she saw at the athletic club. Jack's tender moment with Nikki Newman keeps replaying in her mind. Was it innocent comfort between old friends? Or the beginning of something more? For Diane, it may not matter. Pain often turns uncertainty into jealousy. At the same time, Jack remains unaware that Diane witnessed everything. He believes she still wants distance. But if Diane now thinks Jack is moving on emotionally, her next move could come much faster than anyone expects. Then there's Lily Winters, whose threat toward Phyllis Summers is already spreading through town. People are beginning to realize Lily is no longer willing to play defense. If Phyllis pushes any harder, Lily may unleash a side of herself few have seen before. And Phyllis? She may have acted fearless, but privately, she knows Lily's warning was real. Back at Crimson Lights, Matt asks Patty one final question. Why would you help me? Patty smiles in a way that is impossible to read. Maybe she sees a broken man who needs direction. Maybe she sees someone who can help settle old scores. Or maybe she simply sees chaos and wants front row seats. She tells Matt that everyone deserves a second chance. Then she adds something even more chilling. But second chances can be dangerous. Matt doesn't fully understand what she means. Yet. Because in Genoa City, partnerships built on secrets rarely end well. And if Matt begins trusting Patty before recovering his memories, he may be placing his future in the hands of the last person who should control it. As the two continue talking, one thing becomes clear. This meeting was not random. It was the start of something much bigger. A new alliance has formed. And when Matt Clark and Patty Williams begin working together, no one in Genoa City will be safe from what comes next. Genoa City is built on secrets, romance, betrayal, and timing that always seems crueler than coincidence. Just when relationships appear reparable, one unexpected moment can destroy months of progress. That may be exactly what happened today. At the Genoa City Athletic Club, Jack Abbott sat alone carrying the emotional weight of a marriage that feels like it is slipping away. His separation from Diane Jenkins Abbott has left him frustrated, disappointed, and unsure whether there is any road back. For Jack, the silence between them may be worse than the arguments. He has faced business wars, family drama, and public scandals before. But personal heartbreak is different. It lingers in quieter ways. Then Nikki Newman arrives. Nikki immediately senses Jack's mood and joins him. Their friendship has survived years of chaos, shifting loyalties, and complicated histories. There is comfort between them that doesn't require explanation. Jack opens up. He admits that Diane may never be happy to see him again. He fears the damage between them has grown too deep. Sometimes pride, hurt, and timing can become walls stronger than love. Nikki listens closely. She doesn't dismiss his pain or offer empty promises. Instead, she reminds Jack that marriages can survive worse storms than the one he is facing now. At the same time, Nikki is carrying struggles of her own. She mentions Matt Clark and compares him to a problem that refuses to disappear. She also confesses she still hopes to fix things with Victor Newman, even though the pattern of compromise is exhausting. Jack hears that instantly. He questions why Nikki is always the one expected to bend. Why should she constantly be the person who gives more? Then he says something powerful. Maybe it's time for Nikki to embrace a new era of her life. Those words land deeply. Because sometimes advice meant for someone else reflects truths we avoid in ourselves. The emotional energy between them shifts. This is no scandalous scene, no dramatic confession, no planned betrayal. It is something simpler and therefore more dangerous. Two people feeling understood. Jack reaches across the table and gently touches Nikki's hand. A small gesture. But in Genoa City, small gestures can create massive consequences. At that exact moment, Diane walks in. She stops cold. Her eyes lock onto Jack and Nikki. The room may as well disappear around them. To Jack, it was likely comfort between old friends. To Nikki, it may have been compassion in a painful moment. But to Diane? It looks intimate. It looks emotional. It looks like the beginning of replacement. And heartbreak rarely waits for clarification. Diane's expression changes instantly. Hurt mixes with anger, disbelief mixes with humiliation. She had already been struggling with pain from the separation. Now she may believe Jack is moving on faster than she ever imagined. Without hearing a single word, she has seen enough to shake her trust. That is how misunderstandings become disasters. Elsewhere earlier in the day, Diane had shared a surprisingly vulnerable conversation with Sally Spectra at Society. Sally complimented nothing dramatic. Instead, she carefully suggested that old feelings of unworthiness might be resurfacing for Diane. At first, Diane bristled. But Sally's point had truth inside it. Diane has spent years trying to rebuild her image, her relationships, and her place in the Abbott world. When things go wrong, it can trigger fears that she never truly belonged. Now, after seeing Jack with Nikki, those fears may return stronger than ever. What if she was never fully trusted? What if she fought for a marriage already slipping away? What if Nikki has become the person Jack turns to emotionally? Those questions can be more destructive than facts. Meanwhile, Billy Abbott's earlier warning about Patty Williams still hangs in the air. He urged Diane not to let Patty win and implied that hesitation could cost her everything. Now Diane faces a separate threat entirely. Not Patty. Nikki. Even if Nikki has no romantic agenda, perception may be enough to ignite Diane's jealousy. And jealousy can push people into reckless decisions. Back at the club, Jack may not even realize Diane saw the moment. If he remains unaware, he cannot explain himself. If Diane leaves before confronting him, resentment has time to grow. That silence could become the real danger. Because once hurt settles into assumption, every future interaction gets poisoned by it. Nikki, too, may soon find herself pulled into drama she never intended to create. If Victor hears about the hand touch, his reaction could be fierce. If Diane sees Nikki as competition, another rivalry may be reborn. One innocent moment may now threaten multiple relationships. And then there is the emotional truth no one wants to admit. Sometimes comfort arrives from the wrong person at the wrong time. That doesn't mean love exists. But it can awaken loneliness. As Diane processes what she witnessed, she now faces a decision that could reshape everything. Will she confront Jack immediately and hear the truth? Will she pull away and let the marriage collapse? Or will pain drive her toward revenge? Because in Genoa City, wounded hearts do not stay quiet for long. Jack thought he was sharing a brief moment of support with an old friend. Instead, he may have triggered the next major war inside the Abbott family. And if Diane believes she has been replaced, what she does next could shock everyone. Genoa City has seen rivalries, betrayals, and legendary feuds over the years, but a dangerous new battle may now be taking shape. Two powerful women are standing on opposite sides of a growing scandal, and neither one appears willing to back down. On one side is Phyllis Summers, bold, fearless, and always ready to fight her way out of trouble. On the other is Lily Winters, focused, protective, and now more dangerous than many people realize. And after today's explosive confrontation, the city may never be the same. The tension began when Lily marched straight into Phyllis's office with no hesitation and no interest in small talk. She had one purpose: protect Kane Ashby from being dragged deeper into the Newman takeover scandal. Lily believes Phyllis is at the center of the chaos. She also believes Phyllis may be willing to sacrifice anyone to save herself. That includes Kane. So Lily made her position clear immediately. She demanded that Phyllis tell the district attorney the truth: Kane was not responsible for the corporate scheme, and if Phyllis tries to frame him or implicate him, there will be consequences. For many people, that kind of warning would be enough. But Phyllis Summers is not most people. Instead of showing fear, Phyllis remained calm. She insisted the evidence against her was fabricated. She claimed someone was setting her up and that she was being targeted unfairly. Then she looked Lily in the eye and asked one reckless question. "And what are you going to do about it?" That single sentence changed the atmosphere in the room. Because Lily did not hesitate. She stepped closer, lowered her voice, and delivered a threat that stunned even Phyllis. Lily said if Phyllis refused to do the right thing, she would personally dismantle everything Phyllis had built. Her business influence, her reputation, her confidence. Piece by piece. Then Lily invoked the memory of her mother, Drusilla Winters. She said she was ready to channel every ounce of hatred Drusilla once felt toward Phyllis. That was not random. That was strategic. Because Lily knows exactly how much history exists between Phyllis and the Winters family. She knows old wounds still carry power. And by invoking Drusilla's name, Lily reminded Phyllis that some grudges never truly disappear. For a brief moment, Phyllis appeared shaken. Only for a second. Then the familiar mask returned. She smirked, acted unimpressed, and pretended Lily's warning meant nothing. But behind the confidence, Phyllis understands something dangerous is happening. Lily is no longer reacting emotionally. She is choosing war deliberately. That makes her far more threatening. Across town, word of the confrontation is already beginning to spread. In Genoa City, secrets rarely stay private for long, and explosive office showdowns become public gossip even faster. Some people are siding with Lily. They see a woman defending someone she cares about and refusing to let manipulation win again. Others are watching Phyllis closely. Because history has taught them one thing: when Phyllis feels cornered, she becomes unpredictable. An unpredictable Phyllis can be devastating. Meanwhile, Kane Ashby may soon find himself caught in the middle of a conflict he never intended to create. He has already dealt with personal stress, health decisions, and business turmoil. Now two determined women are battling over his name and role in the scandal. That pressure could force Kane to take a side. If he supports Lily publicly, Phyllis may retaliate. If he remains neutral, Lily may feel abandoned. Either way, the fallout grows. Elsewhere, Billy Abbott has his own opinions about Phyllis's pattern of chaos. He has watched her rise, fall, recover, and create fresh drama more times than anyone can count. And Billy knows something many forget. Phyllis is most dangerous when everyone assumes she has lost. Because that is usually when she strikes back hardest. Then there is Jack Abbott, already distracted by marital trouble and family stress. If the Phyllis-Lily war expands into business territory, Jack could be pulled into another storm whether he likes it or not. No one in Genoa City stays untouched for long. Back in her office, Phyllis is left alone after Lily exits. That is when the bravado fades. She begins thinking through every angle. Who is really building the case against her? Can she still control the narrative? Has Lily become a larger threat than expected? And perhaps most importantly, what if Lily actually follows through? Because unlike empty threats, Lily's warning came from conviction. That kind of resolve is hard to stop. Still, Phyllis has never survived by surrendering. She starts planning immediately. She knows evidence can shift, loyalties can be bought, and secrets can be weaponized. If Lily wants a battle, Phyllis may decide to make it unforgettable. But there is one problem. Phyllis may be underestimating how much Lily has changed. This is not the younger woman who once tolerated manipulation and stayed silent while others controlled the room. This Lily has experience, heartbreak, strength, and zero patience left. And when someone with nothing left to prove decides to fight, they become terrifying. As night falls over Genoa City, one thing is clear. Today was not the end of a confrontation. It was the opening shot. Lily Winters has declared war. Phyllis Summers is preparing a counterattack. And when these two powerful women collide again, the explosion could damage everyone around them. Genoa City has entered one of its most dangerous turning points in recent memory. What began as separate conflicts is now becoming one massive storm, with every major family and several powerful players standing in the path of destruction. Broken marriages, hidden motives, new alliances, old grudges. And by the time this all explodes, nothing may remain the same. At the center of the newest threat is an alliance nobody expected. Matt Clark and Patty Williams. To some people, their meeting at Crimson Lights may have looked harmless, just two strangers sharing conversation. But appearances can be deceiving, especially in a town where history always returns at the worst possible time. Matt is a mystery wrapped in missing memories. He claims he cannot remember who he was before waking up in Las Vegas after some kind of accident. Since arriving in Genoa City, he has discovered that people know his name, and many do not trust it. That means his forgotten past may contain something dark. Patty, meanwhile, is anything but naive. She understands instability, obsession, rejection, and revenge better than almost anyone in town. She also knows how to recognize a useful opportunity when it appears. So when Patty offered to help Matt, it likely came with deeper motives. If Matt eventually recovers memories tied to secrets, crimes, or unfinished schemes, Patty may want front row access to every revelation. And if Matt is dangerous? Patty may not care. Elsewhere, the emotional damage inside the Abbott world is reaching critical levels. Diane Jenkins Abbott is still reeling after seeing Jack Abbott share a tender moment with Nikki Newman at the athletic club. Even if the interaction was innocent, perception often matters more than truth in relationships already under strain. For Diane, it may have confirmed her worst fears. That Jack is emotionally drifting away. That she is losing her place in his life. That someone else understands him better than she does right now. Those thoughts can drive desperate decisions. Jack, however, may still have no idea Diane witnessed anything. If he remains unaware, he cannot defend himself, apologize, or clarify the moment. And silence between wounded spouses can become fatal to reconciliation. Then there is Nikki. She offered comfort to an old friend during a painful time. But if Victor Newman learns about the hand-touching moment, he may see it very differently. Victor has never responded calmly when boundaries feel crossed. That means one innocent gesture could spark another Newman war. Meanwhile, another conflict is building fast, and this one may become explosive. Lily Winters versus Phyllis Summers. Lily made it crystal clear that she will not allow Phyllis to drag Kane Ashby into the Newman takeover scandal. She confronted Phyllis directly and promised severe consequences if Kane becomes collateral damage. Phyllis, naturally, refused to be intimidated. But beneath the confidence, she knows Lily is serious. And that changes everything. Because Phyllis has beaten many enemies over the years by reading weakness and exploiting hesitation. Lily showed neither. Instead, Lily showed conviction. That kind of opponent is much harder to defeat. Kane now faces a difficult position of his own. If he publicly supports Lily, he risks becoming Phyllis's next target. If he stays neutral, Lily may feel unsupported after defending him so fiercely. Whatever choice he makes, someone may feel betrayed. Across town, Billy Abbott is watching multiple disasters form at once. Patty's presence alarms him. Diane's marriage troubles concern him. Phyllis being cornered worries him for entirely different reasons. Billy understands one key truth about Genoa City. Separate fires rarely stay separate. Sooner or later, they merge. Imagine what happens if Patty and Matt uncover something tied to Phyllis. Imagine if Diane confronts Nikki publicly. Imagine if Victor believes Jack crossed a line. Imagine if Kane chooses the wrong side. That is how one chaotic week becomes a citywide collapse. And there may be one more twist nobody sees coming. Matt Clark's memory. Right now, he appears lost and vulnerable. But memory often returns suddenly, triggered by a face, a location, a phrase, or a shock. If Matt suddenly remembers who he truly is, Patty may lose control of the man she believes she can manipulate. Or worse, he may remember exactly how dangerous he used to be. As night settles over Genoa City, every major player is moving into position. Phyllis is planning her next move. Lily is ready for war. Diane is nursing heartbreak. Jack is unaware of the damage done. Nikki is walking a dangerous emotional line. Victor may soon sense betrayal. Patty is smiling beside a mystery man. And Matt Clark is only one recovered memory away from changing everything. This is no longer just drama. This is a countdown. Because when secrets rise, trust collapses, and powerful people stop holding back. Genoa City doesn't simply shake. It explodes. And the next person to fall may be someone no one expected.